Good morning. Good morning for those on the replay. We have to wait a minute for the notifications to go out for people to come in and join us. I am not awake yet this morning, but we are driving across town, so I figured I'd take y'all with me and address some Disney Cruise Line rumors that I've seen wandering around out there. We'll get to that in just a few minutes. Like I said, I want to give people some time to come in. I know I'll end up repeating it a couple times, but one of my pet peeves on live streams is when people start talking right away, and it's like they want you to watch their commercial, because they're monetized. They want you to watch their commercial, and then they want, the notifications have to go out and stuff. So they don't give everybody a minute to get in, and they go right into the content right away. So you miss the beginning of it always. By the time the notification comes out, even if you're in there, if the commercial starts first, you miss the beginning of the content. So I'm just going to sit here and ramble. Maybe I'll sit here and be quiet. I don't know. I'm not, like I said, I am not awake. I'm also not in the correct lane, but there are people all up in my sides over here, so I can't get over. So there's probably a lot of people behind me that are turning right here right now that are unhappy with me. Coors Light. Oh, that man is going to get hit by a car. There's a man that's been on this corner a lot lately, and he's been begging on the corner, and he's just over there standing in the middle of the road. This is not the intersection you want to be standing in the middle of the road for. I really don't want to see somebody get hit by a car today. Okay, he got out of the road. So how is everyone this morning? I hope we are all well. It's Monday. Happy Monday. I have a client across town today. Not really across town. Across this little town, but not across Atlanta. I don't take clients that far away unless there's a special reason, because that's just too much. Let me get over here in this other lane today, and then I will start talking about what we are here to talk about. Okay, so I gave everybody a few minutes to get in here, and there's no monetization, so we didn't have to get past that. Anywho, there are some rumors circulating on the internet from some tabloidish, I guess, definitely clickbait channels on YouTube. They said that Disney cruises are canceled through the beginning of December. Now, y'all know I'm always going to tell you the truth. Good, bad, ugly, you're going to get the truth from me. That is not true. I went today, just now, and tried to put a November cruise into the cart and had no problem. And I almost booked for a cruise on an ocean view stateroom. Anyway, and yeah, it's definitely not true. More than likely what happened, because they're saying that they quietly removed the ability to book for cruises until through the beginning of December. What actually is probably happening, and I don't know for sure, but this is our best guess, they're limiting the amount of people that can book a cruise. They may have that cruise that they were trying to book may have, filled up. I know that they are canceled through October, and that's a nationwide moratorium. That's not just Disney. The ports are officially closed through the end of October. That doesn't mean they're not going to extend it out, that just means that as of right now, feel free to book a November cruise if you like. The one that I had in there was 3-day cruise doing Nassau, the Bahamas, and Castaway Key. And for 2 people, the deluxe, let's see, they have the two different kinds of ocean view staterooms. I think with the veranda, and I think one is bigger than the other. I wasn't paying that close of attention because I wasn't exactly awake yet. But the smaller of the two, or the lesser of the two, was around $2,000. Maybe I think it was 2,111, something like that. It was two and some ones. And then the biggest room was 4,000. I think this was sailing date November 11th that I was booking or playing around with. And I was on the public Disney site. I wasn't on my travel agent site, but it let me put it in my cart with no problem. I did not check out because I don't have the money to take a cruise right now, but the ability to check out was there. So that is our rumor addressing of the morning. I had just learned about it late last night, so I hadn't had a chance to fully investigate it this morning. Was it WDWNT.com is the one that had posted it, I think. See, that's what they posted anyway. So yeah, and if y'all want to book a cruise, please by all means let me know, and I will book your cruise for you. I will help you in any way that I can. I will definitely make sure that you are covered for issues, or at least give you the opportunity to cover yourself for issues. Disney's real good about postponing and canceling, etc., and rebooking. But that doesn't mean that your flight or hotel would be. So we definitely have to check into all of that. Because a cruise could be canceled and the flight could still happen. And in that case, if you don't protect yourself properly, you're still on the hook for the flight, which means you have a vacation for or flights going in and no place to stay, to go to Cape Canaveral for the weekend or something. Anyway, another thing too, this is something I learned when I was working at Hyatt reservations. When you're flying into a port to go on a cruise, or driving into a port to go on a cruise rather, the hotels have deals for this. There's different packages that you can get, and I'm sure that more than just Hyatt has them, but Hyatt is what I have experience with, so we'll talk about that. They have a couple different packages. One is like if you're flying in, and you have to pay a transfer fee to get on the boat. I'm not sure why, but you do. Um, it's like a port fee or something. I'm not sure. I never actually looked into it. It's just a junk fee that has to be paid. So basically, they have packages that include a room, so you can come the night before, so you don't have to worry about missing the boat. You're just relaxed. You get up, you have breakfast. If the hotel has a restaurant, you can have that breakfast buffet, or you can go on the ship and eat breakfast, what have you, if that's an availability, if they're boarding that early. But you can relax. You don't have to be rushing around hoping you find some place to stick the car, or hope that the plane isn't late and that you can find traffic, find a taxi to get over there, whatever, or an Uber. But you come in the day before, you get to stay in the room for the night. Now, if you have a ship that's boarding late, why is that closed? wonder if they're filming back there again. Anyway, if you have a ship that's boarding late, you can also stay at hotels half days. A lot of people don't know that I know Hyatt, a lot of Hyatts have this, especially if they're near an airport or a port, etc. No, they're tearing up stuff. Um, you can rent a room for half a day. So basically, you come in the morning and you leave midday. Business travelers use this a lot when they're flying in and they have an important meeting and they want to take a nap, get a shower, get refreshed, and look good for their meetings. Um, it's good for the if you have a late night boarding too. Um, you can go in, take a half a day, get rested up, and then transfer over. But I digress. The hotels have the packages. One package is a room, transfer fees, and a shuttle over to the port for a set price. A lot of these are a lot cheaper than if you do it a la carte. Um, they also have park and stays, park and fly. We'll call it park and fly, park and cruise, whatever. They also have these near a lot of the major airports. Drive into the airport or drive into the hotel the day before, or even a couple days if you want to enjoy the area. But drive into the airport the day before, park your car, stay the night, take the shuttle or what have you to the airport in the morning and leave your car there while you're gone. And it's generally safer than an airport parking. Um, and then you fly back, stay the night, and leave out in the morning. You don't even have to stay the night when you fly back. Some of them will just allow you to buy parking there. You don't have to stay. So these are all really, really good packages to look into when you're leaving on a cruise. So that it just makes everything more easy. And if you're flying in, then you can fly in and stay, and then it'll include shuttle and transfer fees in the morning. I know Fort Lauderdale ports are really good. I sold a lot of these packages there. Um, MCO has I sold a lot of or reserved. I reserved a lot of half days at MCO. A lot of park and flies. MCO is it MCO is Orlando for those who are not sure. Orlando International. And I'm thinking it's MCO. There's two. I know that guy. Um, he works at the restaurant in downtown Decatur. Anyway, he's probably walking to work. The MCO. There's two airports in Orlando. There's MCO and then there's another one, and I think it's MCO that has a Hyatt inside the terminal, which is really, really helpful if you're flying in or out. And I'm not necessarily saying, Hyatt is your go-to. Hyatts are very, overall, for the most part, Hyatts are very good hotels. I received a lot of calling complaints for one of the ports, just because part of the hotel is very old and part of it's new. And I have a friend that used to work at this particular hotel, and he said that you always ask for a certain area, and I would have to look it up, but it's the one in Fort Lauderdale. So there's half of it's old and half of it's new, and I think you want the newer, definitely want the newer part. But Hyatts overall are very clean hotels. They're very good hotels, and I loved I loved my job. Um, the company was we were the first wave of work from home reservations agents. Before that, they always used people, and they just didn't know what they were doing or how to set it up. And I'd never done anything like that before, so I wasn't fully prepared to deal with some of the things that I had to deal with in working from home. The micromanagement, I think. And had I known now what I knew then, the micromanagement is far less than it is for a lot of other companies. Um, it was just they just were using outdated equipment that wasn't the old Microsoft servers that weren't even um, being updated from Microsoft, and they'd go down all the time, and then we didn't get paid if they went down. It was just crazy land, and it wasn't enough money. But I mean, it was a good job. I liked the job. I love talking to people on the phone from all over. We were internationally reservations agents, and I just love talking to these people on the phone. I had one guy call in from Australia, and he's like, "You have an accent." I'm like, "No, you have an accent." It's so funny because and I know I'm going all over the place right now. That happens when I'm not awake, but you think about it when it happens when I am awake. But anyway, you think about it. We think about these people and their accents, but they think the same thing about us. And apparently, Australians love the American accent, at least some of them. Or maybe it was the Southern American accent. I don't know. Because I know I have a little bit of that in me, especially when I'm doing customer service. I need a nap. I just woke up. I already need a nap. I'm running so late this morning. Why is it when you're running late, your dog has to sniff the entire yard 3 times and then leave droppings all over all of it in little stages? Like today, she took the longest to go potty that she's taken in a while. It's like they know if I take longer doing this, it'll take longer for mommy to leave. Never mind that she's getting frustrated with me. uh, I can't believe everybody is not awake at 9 o'clock in the morning. Let's see. It's like 6 something in California. Wake up, California. So I'm going to drive out here, and then I am going to drive back and eat breakfast. Or so it might be lunchtime by the time I get back. I can't eat when I first wake up. It just doesn't work out very well for me. It hurts my tummy. So anyway, if you guys have any questions about the cruises or any other travel questions, feel free to send me a message on Instagram. I don't think, yeah, you can't send them direct, it's quiet messages on YouTube, or leave me a comment. My email address should be down in the description, so you can email me as well. I'd be more than happy to help answer any questions. And while I really, really would love to make the money from selling travel, I'm going to be truthful and honest with you. I'm not going to just try to sell you stuff. I want you to be aware of any issues that might be happening. Just like the issue of, yeah, if your cruise is canceled or what have you, Disney will gladly reschedule or do whatever they're going to do, but that doesn't mean that your flight will. And so you definitely want to book all that as a package too, and try to I know Delta is doing free changes. I think American Airlines announced free changes. I don't know what Southwest is doing right now. Southwest doesn't have travel agent booking. You have to just book on their site like a regular customer. I hear buzzing. I think it's left over from the stream last night. That last night? Oh my gosh, it's all running together. I'm just not awake yet. So the camera store I talked about the other day is down here to the right. The one I went to the other day last week. Last week, I think it was. Because I couldn't find my tripod plate, quick release plate. But as soon as I got almost all the way back home, I'm like, I know where that is, and that's where it was. It was connected to my big lens from when I was playing with the adapter plate thing for my big lens. Mikey, good morning. What are you doing up so early? Of all the people I thought might pop in this early, you were not one of them. You're usually still sleeping. I don't know how much you've heard, but the short version is that the cruises are still canceled. They're on a nationwide moratorium until October 31st. Disney has not canceled or made unavailable cruises beyond that. You can still reserve a cruise for November because I did it this morning, sort of actually doing it. I mean, I put it in my cart and went to check out and all that stuff. Okay. Why do people put their turn signal on right as they're turning instead of when they start to slow down? I don't understand that. Okay. I'll let you catch the replay if you want more in-depth information on all that, because we spoke on that, as well as some hotel deals that you could get if you are taking a cruise and a few other things like that. Or any kind of travel, really. Usually when I have this client is the only time I can go to Kentucky Fried Chicken, because there's one right here. There's no Kentucky Fried Chicken anywhere near my house. Well, there's one in Clarkston, but it's nasty. It's the nastiest. It's a Kentucky Fried and a Taco Bell mixed. It's just nasty. I thought I didn't wake up until 11. Well, thank you for popping in and having your wake up routine with me. Your coffee, whatever. I can't assume that everyone needs coffee to function like I do. I am on my second cup. And my cups are not small. Yeah, I wake up and it's like, yeah, I'm not a pretty wake up person, especially if I haven't slept enough. And now that I'm old, add in the body aches and stuff from being old. I'm not old. I refuse to say I'm old. I know I just said it, but I refuse to be old. I will eat all of the Advil. I really, really, another thing is, airplane. When I am, what do you call it? Not quite completely awake, I have no filter and I ramble and mumble. Worse than normal. And I don't stay on topic very well, which I think is the rambling part. Man, I forgot my books I wanted to take up there. There's a vintage bookstore right here, and they buy books. And I have some Stephen King first editions that are worth a lot of money. So I'm going to take them up here and see if they want to buy them. Because don't, I used to be very, very into Stephen King. I'm not as much anymore because I've read most everything. And it's not really a genre I'm into anymore. So I don't like gore. Sometimes he gets a little bit too gory for me. So, but I don't want to carry them when I move, so I'm going to see if they're willing to buy them. If I put them online somewhere for sale, they're going to take too long. I don't want to deal with that. And then I have to ship them out and hope that the post office or what have you doesn't ruin them. I know a few of them are worth like $500 each. Last time I checked, it might have gone down. Airplanes. This is Peachtree DeKalb Airport. It is not any kind of major airport. It's just tiny planes, business airport basically. Business and instruction and like if you want to learn how to fly, you can do it there. Stuff like that. Little baby hops. They have an observation deck there. I don't know if it's open. I need to find out if it's open. And one day this week after we go visit the client, we need to go over there and take pictures of planes. Which reminds me, I need to see what my homework photos are that I need to do. That's a pretty color red on that. Mazda has the prettiest color red. And I see, Mike, that you said some things and I can't check until I'm stopped at a red light, which more than likely will happen up here. At least it usually does. If I want to get stopped at a red light, I won't. We're going over a railroad track in another street. There's not really, I mean, it's not like anything weird down there. At least one street. It might be two streets. I think it's just one, though. We don't have much farther on our trek. I don't think I know that book. I loved Skeleton Crew when I was little. Skeleton Crew has The Fog in it, which somebody made a movie called The Fog. So when they actually made a movie out of the Stephen King story, they had changed the name to The Mist, and then they made a series out of it too, also called The Mist, but that was actually came from the book The Fog. One of my favorite books by him that I still like to this day is called Stephen King on Writing. And he talks about, at least in the first half, he talks about his writing processes and what was going on in his life during different books that he wrote. And like Misery is about the Kathy Bates character, and Misery is actually his drug addiction. It's a really interesting book. And even if you don't like Stephen King, it's a good book to read about the writing process and what authors do and how a lot of them get to where they are with their writing. I think I loaned it off to somebody. I don't think I have my copy anymore. Although I may have bought the digital version. Taqueria Taquito Express. So as I said, we are almost to the end of our trip. So I am going to let y'all go and pull off up here before I do that so I can look at the chat. I'm not just going to end it while I'm driving. So there's a light down here. I can pull in and then turn around to come back out. Pew. It's this light. Is it this light? Yeah, let me pull in here and turn around. And then I can look at the chat. Sit here for a minute. I don't know that they made a game out of it. The Mist story in Skeleton Crew. Skeleton Crew is a compilation of short stories, and the Mist, or the Fog rather, is about a fog that descends on a town, and there's things hidden in the fog. And during one point, like, they're in a supermarket, and the fog rolls up to the windows, and weird things happen outside, and then the guy decides to get in his car and drive through the fog, and weird things like attach themselves to his car, and it's just this story about the frightening of that. It's pretty interesting. But I am going to go. I said the Blob was in there. There's a bunch of little short stories that were in there that later became movies and stuff. So I'm going to go though, and I will talk to you guys later in streams, most likely. I do have some homework to do today, so I may just like take a moratorium from the internet, or at least social media, so I can concentrate on getting that done. So, Mike, thank you for stopping by. Thank you for all of you who come and watch the replay, and I hope everyone has a wonderful day. Be well.